All right. This is the way he said show, y'all. And now the time has come. Now it's time to say goodbye. So, was that a sign to shut up?
Yeah.
John Kidman. That was Disney World, wasn't it? Now it's time to say goodbye.
That was the Mickey
Okay. What he said. But yeah. It's time to say goodbye. Y'all know where we be every single Tuesday night. COD Radio, 8 to 10. The What He Said show. Of course, if you didn't catch the show, we on YouTube. The What He Said show on YouTube, at Deshaun Duran, at Best of Black, at The What He Said show, at What He Said show. We on Facebook. You can go on YouTube, see all our clips, everything we're talking about. We got a bunch of information in our little info section where you can go and subscribe and follow us on all our different sites too. And yeah, but y'all, before we get out of here, we had a couple of new releases in the music world. We had Janet Jackson and we had Tamar Braxton. And Will, how do you feel about the Tamar album?
I really like it. Tamar is a great singer. You know what I'm saying? And I would actually say this body of work for her technically third album, but which is now her second album, I guess. It's a really solid album. Okay. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, the vocals are on point, but Tamar can sing. So, and I do think she's really carving her way, you know, and making her own lane for herself to get out of her sister's shadow.
Her album didn't do good sales-wise.
Yeah, it didn't do good sales-wise, but we're in 2015 where nobody album does well.
They're saying it's because she's overexposed.
I don't think so.
She is kind of all over the place, though.
But is that a bad thing?
It can be.
I don't think so. I don't think being overexposed is a bad thing. You know the reason why? Because if nobody's thinking about you, nobody sees you, they're like, okay.
But I think it could be a bad thing, especially when I think her personality is everywhere. I think we know too much about her.
Now, this is what it is. Her personality is the problem.
She already has a big personality. She has a talk show. She's on Dance with the Stars. She has her own show. She has that show with the rest of the sisters. I mean, it's so
most of those shows are not airing. She's just on Dance with the Stars. Her talk show is airing now. Her own reality show, Tamar Braxton, is not airing yet, and the rest of Honey Values is not airing.
Well, maybe she still needs some time to not air.
I don't think so. You know what it is? I think a lot of people are turned off by her personality. And Tamar's personality is very big. She is over the top, and it can be a turn off, which can make people not like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me
wrong. It's such that when people feel a certain way about you, they stop caring about your music.
Right. They stop about your
Or they deliberately not die yourself.
Right, because who you are. You go back and forth on Twitter. You always have these beefs. So a lot of people are very turned off by her. You know, I liked back in the day where the artist had mystique. You know what I'm saying? They might have been a total behind the scenes, but you didn't know that because you were just focused on what their product was. Now, because now people have to sell a personality first.
And I think a lot of times the reality show gets in the way of music. I feel because
I don't really think.
Maybe I'm wording it incorrectly, but I feel like for people, the reality Tamar is getting in the way of the music Tamar.
That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I agree with you on that. Because of that, like you said, it takes away your talent. Because now your personality and who you're
maybe it's overshadowing
your representative overshadowing your music. And you're very talented, but when you have this over the top annoying, it gets to the point it's annoying. Like at first it was cute, everybody was like, oh, Tamar, woo, she's pop, whatever. That's calm and all that stuff. But it got to the point where you were annoying as hell now.
Yeah, so maybe it's too much.
It's way too much. Like
push her music in the background.
They definitely push her music in the background.
So, shout out to their team.
Also, Janet Jackson's Unbreakable album came out.
Talk about somebody who has mystique. She's kept a pretty good mystique all throughout her.
And we love it. I mean, of course, you hear stuff here and there about Janet, but at the end of the day, I will have to say that this album is very solid. It's a very solid album. It's a very well-produced album. And also, it's a classic Janet sound. She didn't give you too much, and she didn't give you... She just basically gave you just enough.
Right.
And that's how I feel about this album. I mean, she didn't give you a whole bunch of dance songs, and she did give you a whole bunch of ballads, but she did give you a middle. And the album doesn't sound dated, which is a good thing.
Right.
But it's a classic. I think it's a classic jazz style. It's a very solid album, well produced album that she did with Jimmy Jim.
I actually heard the album. It's really good. I like it.
That album is really, really good. It's a very good album. So for all those who have not heard the Janet album, I haven't picked that up yet, make sure y'all check it out. Also, to support Tamar, besides of her big personality, her annoyances at times, she actually does good music. You know, and the girl can sing. Undeniably, she can sing, and I think her album is pretty good also. So those are 2 albums reviews of the week that just came out. Go pick them up. Support your artists. Go buy their music. Not only just download. If you want to just hear what the albums sound like, go on Apple Music, Spotify, or wherever, or iTunes, and hear it. Review it first, and if you like it, buy it. You know, I would buy them. I suggest you review it too. If you want to put something in your music collection, that's kind of like